Hey guys, Goon here and welcome to another bot build video. Today I'm going to be talking about my new build post buff everything patch. I find this build to be very fun, but at the same time very effective and a good all-rounder for taking on basically everything individually. Use this build and I promise you're going to be slapping bot missions like your John Helldiver himself. Okay, so for armor you're using the SC34 Infiltrator, which has the Scout passive. It's got a little bit higher armor rating and a little bit lower speed and stamina regen, which I find is a little bit better against the bots because you're going to get yourself shot fairly regularly. Pick any black and yellow helmet just so that you look cool, and go ahead and pick your favourite cape. Next you're going to want to go ahead and equip the Scorcher, followed by the Verdict sidearm and the thermite grenades. This is essential to the build. For stratagems you're taking the Orbital Napalm Barrage, the Orbital Laser, the Quazar Cannon and the Personal Shield Generator. Okay, so let's first talk about the equipment and why we're taking each piece. So we'll start with the Infiltrator armor. Why not take one of the cooler looking armors as opposed to the black and yellow, like the green or the blue one, whose names I can't remember. But the point basically here is that you have a little bit more in terms of defense, damage reduction. So that you can take a couple more shots or maybe one more shot than you would if you were spotted wearing the green or blue armor. The reason you're wearing scout armor in general is because you want to follow the Karate Kid philosophy of self-defense, which starts with no be there. So if they can't see you or you're not there, you're not in danger of being killed. You bring the Scorcher as your primary weapon because it's basically strong enough to take out all but heavy units. It also has a relatively small stunning effect or knocking effect, which gives you a chance to take on heavy devastators, rocket devastators and generally enemies which would overrun you if you were unable to stagger them. The Scorcher is also good at taking down gunships, so that's an extra reason to bring it along. You bring the Verdict as your sidearm because it has medium armor penetration, it's got a decent sized clip, and it doesn't have any explosive damage impact on you if enemies get too close. So basically when you're using your Scorcher, if enemies get too close, such as rocket propelled troops, the Jet Brigade, then you just switch to your sidearm and shoot them in the face and dodge backwards to avoid the inevitable explosion. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, the last piece of equipment that you bring is your thermite grenades. Thermite grenades are great because you can use them to take out fabricators, tanks, hulks, and that basically is invaluable in these missions. They also have a time delay on them, which is good for the fabricator aspect because you can vacate the area before it explodes, limiting your exposure to return fire from the enemy. Okay, so let's move on to stratagems. The Orbital Napalm Barrage is probably the best stratagem that these guys have made since they brought the game out, in my opinion. It's an actual area of effect weapon which takes out an area as opposed to pockets within an area, such as the 380 and the 120. The Napalm Barrage isn't going to take down hulks or tanks or even factory striders, but it will take out all mid-level and low-level armoured bots such as the Devastator variant and all normal troops. So in the event of a bot drop, as soon as you see where the ships are going to land, the troops, you throw the Orbital Napalm Barrage on that area and you escape as quickly as possible to avoid being killed. The Orbital Napalm Barrage is also good with regards to fixed locations such as radar stations, heavy outposts, medium and light outposts as well, of course. Basically, if you think that the area is looking a little bit overrun, which you can use your scout armor by tagging it to find out if it actually is, then you can just throw an Orbital Napalm Barrage on the site, providing you with an opportunity to thin the herd a little bit before you make your approach. We use the Orbital Laser for taking out heavy outposts specifically. I have another video which shows how to take out all heavy outposts in less than 10 seconds, which I'll now link here. What you do basically is you're using this to take out heavy outposts and for factory striders, and in the event of being overrun with a desperation move you chuck an Orbital Laser to give you an opportunity to escape. Orbital lasers are good because they actually lock onto targets rather than hoping that they are going to hit their target. You bring a Quazar Cannon as your support weapon because the Quazar Cannon after the buff update has basically become one of the most important weapons in my opinion. You could argue that the recoilless rifle is better, but I don't like the fact that you have to take a pack in order to run the recoilless rifle. So that's why I'm happy to take the Quazar with its cooldown effect. Quazar can take out hulks, dropships and fabricators in one shot, which makes it invaluable for infiltrate and destroy. And the last stratagem he brings is the personal shield generator, because let's face it, when you're running a bot mission you're going to get shot at regardless of how stealthy you are, so you want to be able to take some of those shots and not get ragdolled. This results in having far fewer deaths, and I find it to be one of the most invaluable stratagems when running against bots, especially if you're going to run lighter armor so that you have better mobility. Okay, so that's the build. Tell me what you think in the comments. Hope that you give it a chance, give it a run. If you find it good, let me know. If you find it bad, also let me know. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time, guys. Bye.